Hello and welcome. I'm Corey Livingston, Fair Housing Administrator for the City of Dallas. Today's presentation is designed to help developers better understand the fair housing assessment process as it relates to housing tax credit programs in the City of Dallas. As we continue to prioritize fairness in affordable housing, it's critical that each project not only meets basic requirements, but also advances meaningful access to opportunity. It is important to understand that these tips are to serve as a guide and not a guarantee for receiving an approved plan. To walk you through the key best practices and scoring strategies, I'd like to introduce Micah Benson, our Fair Housing Coordinator. Micah works closely with developers and brings a practical understanding of how to align your projects with fair housing goals while improving your overall application score. Micah, take it away.
Today, I want to provide an overview of the fair housing assessment process, specifically what developers need to know when submitting applications and how fair housing protocols guide our review process. To start, the housing tax credit programs are local, state, and federal initiatives designed to incentivize the development of affordable housing by offering tax credits to developers who commit to creating and maintaining units for low and moderate income households. As part of this process, a fair housing assessment is required to ensure compliance with federal housing policies and to confirm that developments serve their intended communities equitably. Housing tax credit programs play a critical role in creating affordable housing, but beyond affordability, fairness is key. The Fair Housing Assessment evaluates whether your proposed development advances fair housing goals by expanding access to opportunity, reducing segregation, and serving vulnerable populations. Each application is reviewed and scored against 6 core goals from the North Texas Regional Housing Assessment. Each goal is worth up to 5 points, for a total of 30 possible points. These goals include increasing housing choice, improving access to opportunity, and addressing the needs of protected classes. Your project will be rated based on the impact it is projected to have. A high positive rating reflects strong alignment with fair housing goals. A neutral rating means the impact is minimal. A negative rating, even a low negative, indicates that your proposal could unintentionally reinforce barriers to fair housing. Our goal is to help you avoid that outcome by incorporating best practices early in your planning. The foundation of the assessment is a strong commitment to fair housing. Each application is evaluated in accordance with the Fair Housing Act and related regulations to ensure non-discrimination and the advancement of inclusive, equitable communities. Developers are required to present project plans that actively support these goals, demonstrating strategies that reduce segregation, expand housing choice, and foster inclusivity in alignment with the City of Dallas's fair housing objectives. Let's go over the best practices that can help improve your score and maximize your community impact. These tips are not just recommendations, they reflect patterns we've seen in high-scoring applications. Site selection. Choose census tracts with low poverty and low crime. Make sure surrounding schools are rated C or better. Avoid areas with a high concentration of other LIHTC properties. Include units at 30% and 50% AMI. Dedicate at least 10% of your units to market rate households. Projects located in targeted neighborhoods, such as equity strategy zones, may receive higher scores when they support fair housing goals. This includes helping to reduce segregation, increase access to opportunity, and improve housing in historically underserved areas. Submit a reasonable accommodation policy that clearly outlines the request process and covers assistance animals. Incorporate universal design elements like low physical effort and equitable use, infrastructure and services. Include a plan to improve sidewalks, business entrances, and crosswalks. Focus on vulnerable populations such as the unhoused, elderly, and disabled. Provide programs like job training, after-school learning, or transportation in underserved areas. Community partnerships. Collaborate with nonprofits or public agencies. Offer resident workshops or policies that promote fair housing awareness. When you're ready to submit your fair housing assessment, be sure to include all supporting documentation mentioned in the formal checklist. Missing components can negatively impact your score, so be thorough. If you're ever in doubt, various city departments are here to help guide you.
Thank you for watching. If you have questions or need assistance with your submission, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to support you in building inclusive, equitable communities through fair and affordable housing development.